Hi everyone, welcome to Instructional Design Tips. My name's Tom, and recently I've received a lot of requests for help on installing the Adapt authoring tool. So this video just takes a really quick look at the process of installing the authoring tool on a Windows 10 device. For those who aren't aware, the Adapt authoring tool is a completely free, open source HTML5 based e-learning authoring tool. If you haven't heard of it or seen it before, check it out, it's absolutely fantastic. Now the installation process is a little bit unusual, involves some command prompt, involves a few prerequisite programs, but it's really very simple. And it all starts with making sure your copy of Windows 10 is bang up to date. If it's not, make sure you run any updates and do a full restart before starting this process. Once we're done, let's head straight over to our browser and go to adaptlearning.org. This is the homepage for the authoring tool and where we'll start our installation journey. So now we're here on the website, we're going to start the process not by going to downloads, but by going to resources. From resources, we're going to click documentation, and then we're going to access the installation instructions. And that will take us to the Adapt Authoring GitHub page, where we'll find all the instructions for installing the authoring tool. By scrolling down, you can see there are 5 simple steps to the installation process: installing prerequisites, cloning the Adapt authoring project, installing the required npm packages, running the installation script, and running the application. We're going to go through all 5 in today's video, so let's dive right in and start with installing the prerequisites. The first prerequisite we're going to install is Git. So with that in mind, we'll click on the drop down and go to the official install guide on the Git website. We'll scroll down the page, find the Windows installation information, and it will provide us a handy link to go straight to the download page. As soon as we get here, it starts the download process for us, and you can see Git comes with a handy .exe installer, nice and easy. So with that downloaded, we can start the installer as normal. We can accept the license and then leave everything in its default state as we move through the installation process. And there we are, that's Git installed. We don't need to look at the release notes, so we can close that down, close down the web pages, and return to our GitHub page. With Git installed, it's time to move on. Next we'll be installing Nodejs, so we just click on the drop down, just as we did for Git. Quickly review the information that's given here about some of the potential issues you may run into, some important information. This is also what's going to bring down the npm tool for us. And then when we're ready to start the installation process, we'll just click on the official install guide link once again. Just like before, it's taken us to a handy downloads page where we can simply select the platform we're on, leave the version on LTS as that's recommended for most users, and then start the download and installation process. With the installer downloaded, we can launch that again just as we did with Git. And then once we've accepted the user agreement, we'll leave almost everything as default. Here, I'm just going to tick the box which allows Nodejs to automatically install any necessary additional software it needs to run properly. Now we've reached the end of the install wizard, you can see that Nodejs has automatically launched a command prompt window to install the additional tools that it needs. So we're just going to follow the instructions on screen to continue this process. leaving PowerShell running in the background, we can now move on to our next prerequisite. So next up is the Grunt CLI. Let's open that drop down and head over once again to the Grunt website, where we'll find the installation instructions. For the first time here, we're going to be installing the software using the command prompt. This single line of code will do the whole job for us. So let's open up command prompt by going to our search bar or start bar at the bottom, and then typing in CMD, which will automatically bring up command prompt, right clicking on it, and opening as an administrator. We can also do this on the right hand side of the screen, but I do prefer the right click. So with the command prompt window open, we just need to head back to the Grunt CLI website, copy the line of command prompt code they've already written for us, paste it into command prompt, and hit enter. And you can see here that after a brief wait, the installation process starts for us and will let us know when it's complete. This is a great example of command prompt looking far more complicated than it actually is. We've done very little. In fact, we've just hit Ctrl-C, Ctrl-V and enter, and now we've installed the package manager for our authoring tool. We're now done with Grunt CLI, so we can head back to our GitHub installation page, where we'll find out what our fourth and final prerequisite installation is. So we can see here that our final prerequisite is MongoDB. Just as we have with the others, we'll click the drop down and then click for the official install guide, which will once again take us to the external website. So there's a lot of information here, but it's all really well organised. We can scroll down the page to where we get the Windows for Community Edition instructions. Really important that we go for Community and not Enterprise, as we don't want to be paying for something we don't need. And what we need to do is actually scroll down this page ever so slightly to find this link to the MSI EXE page, and then scroll down again until we see the link for the download center. There it is. Now this page will auto-detect what you're currently running. Make sure you're on the most current version, the right platform. We need to leave the package as MSI, but you can see you can change both the version and the platform information. There's loads of different platforms available here, as well as all the currently available versions of MongoDB. But for our purposes, we will leave this as Windows, the current version, and always make sure we're leaving the download type as MSI. So just like the others, we'll hit download, and that will get us an installer. With the installer downloading, you can see here it requests some information. We don't need to fill this out because this is actually for a managed solution that we're not going to be using. However, if you are looking for a managed solution for a larger installation, this is well worth a look. And so with the installer downloaded, we can launch it just like the others and go through, once again, a very standard installation process. The only thing I am going to do is have this installer also install the MongoDB Compass, as this is something I need for a separate project and we're here anyway. So with that installation done, all our prerequisites are installed. We can now minimize MongoDB and head down to step 2, cloning the Adapt authoring tool. Now this is where we're actually going to be using our first bit of self-written command prompt. So just in case you're not used to using command prompt, we're going to go to a WikiHow page all about how to use command prompt. You can see here there are loads of articles readily available to support you. We're only really going to be completing one function using the command prompt that we're actually going to write ourselves, and that's changing directory. And this is a really simple but really useful bit of command prompt to understand. So let's find ourselves an article about changing directory, or it might also be called changing location using command prompt. Here we are, we can see there are once again loads of articles available. Let's just open this first one. And right the way from opening command prompt through to actually changing the directory using this 2-letter process, we can see it's all laid out for us step by step, including screenshots. Fantastic. So, what we're going to need in order to change directory is the 2 letters, CD, and the file path in the computer that we want to change the directory to. Now this is going to be really important for the next step because we want to control where we save all the files that we're about to download from the GitHub repository. So let's put this into action. So I want my files to be in my documents. So what I'm going to do is come over to my documents, create a new file called adapt authoring, and then copy the new directory into Notepad so that I've got it somewhere safe. All I need to do is remove the quotation marks around it, as they'll get in the way later on, and that's ready to be used. Now we need to go back to our command prompt window with that already copied. Type in our instruction from the WikiHow page, our 2-letter instruction of CD to change directory, followed by the file pathway we've just created. We're now ready to clone the Adapt Authoring project, so we can just copy the instructions straight from GitHub, paste it in, and hit enter. You can see this is now copying all the most up-to-date versions of the files straight to the folder we've just created on the computer. With the cloning process complete, it's time to move on to step 3 of the process, installing the required npm packages. So it's back to GitHub, where we can see that we're going to be running again a single line of command prompt. However, before we run this, we need to make sure that we're pointing our command prompt window at the folder that's just been created during the cloning process, not the folder we created in the documents library. So, using exactly the same process as before, our cd command and a file path, we're going to go back to the File Explorer, locate the folder the cloning process created inside the folder we created, copy the file path, remove the quotation marks, and once again head back to the command prompt window. With the directory changed, we're ready to run the npm install command. Let's just head back to GitHub, copy that, paste it in, hit enter, and make sure everything goes through okay. During that process, I slightly resized the window, but you can see that has been completed, and so it's time to move on to the final stage and get this authoring tool installed. For this instruction, we're already pointing at the right place, so we can head over to our GitHub page, and we find the running the install script instruction is simply 2 words, node install. So we'll copy that instruction and head back to our command prompt window. Here we'll paste that instruction in and hit enter. And this is where for the first time we'll be given some options inside command prompt about what we would like the system to do. First of all, it's asking if we'd like to continue the installation, and you can see it's already put a capital on the Y, indicating that as the default. Now for pretty much everything we're going to leave as default here, so the server port can be left as is, as can the server name, and the data directory path. We'll stick with all the defaults here, simply by hitting enter as we go past each step of the installation process. You can see here it's indicating the default response is no, so we're going to continue with that. The only time these would change is if you were setting the adapt authoring tool up for multiple users on a server, at which point we really need to be handing off to IT professionals in most instances, rather than us instructional designers. So for today, as I've said, we're leaving all of these in their default position simply by hitting enter. So, we now need to input some super admin information. This is one space we can't leave things as default, as it does need some information from us. So, just pop in your email address here. And then create a password that you know is going to be secure. And with that, the installation process is complete. You can see here it's been successful, and we've got an instruction on how to start the tool itself. Let's just have a little look back at everything that's gone on. It all looks very complicated, but as you've seen, we've really done very little here. We've typed in a few lines here and there, entered a little bit of information, but really it's been very simple start to end. The GitHub instructions are incredibly thorough. They provide you with all the information you need to install the tool. So, without further ado, let's make sure this launches and ensure everything is working as it should be. For that, all we need to do is type in node server, as we're already located in the right place, and hit enter. We can see that the server is now active. Everything seems to be okay, and it's listening at port 5000. That tells us where we need to point our local browser to be able to use the tool. So let's open up a new tab and go to localhost 5000. We hit enter, and you can immediately see we've loaded up the Adapt Authoring Tool login screen. It's pre-filled my super admin information here. If yours doesn't, just type it in, hit remember me, and then click sign in. We can now see we're at the dashboard, the installation has been successful, and we are ready to start creating fantastic learning material using the incredibly powerful, free, open source Adapt Authoring Tool.